Wait, what's up? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Holla
can hear
if
you. I'm sorry,
hear
my
me.
thing was on mute on accident.
Okay.
Anyways, I got this table in the back of my fucking car. It's like shaking. My bad. But anyways, yeah, how's your day?
My day is winding down and it is A-okay. So what, you get a new table?
No, it's an old table. It's just a table like when I do vending and stuff. It's like my little table, but I just didn't take it out of the back of the car yesterday, and now all day it's just like ruffling in the back of my shit. That's all. Yeah. But yeah, I just came from hot yoga. Got a little relaxation.
Now, what makes it hot?
They turn on the heat full blast. Yeah, but it's actually really good because you sweat, and it's like, this was a yin class, so, you know, yang is more about motion, yin is about, like, just, like, being receptive, so we did, like, a lot of slow movements just to, like, really stretch the muscles, but I low-key needed it, like, because I'm trying to get, like, well, I've been, like, you know, I've been dipping back and forth into the gym, but I haven't been consistent, and I feel like it's because I'm not really stretched, like, you know, I'm used to being. So I'm just going to go to yoga for a week and then, like, work out. Because by that time, I'll be, like, you know, more limber.
Now, do they got shower facilities?
That's so funny that you asked that, because, yes, and it's so funny because my homegirl was telling her, oh, yeah, I'm going to the hot yoga in K-Town, and she was like, oh, yeah, she was like, I used to go there, like, I used to go to the 6:30 a.m. class, and then afterwards I would shower and go to work, and then I was just like, that's weird, because, like, you know, like, I don't know, it's just weird to me because I don't feel comfortable showering at, like, a place that's not my place, you know what I mean? So that was weird to me. But I did go there, and, like, you know, the fucking yoga community is mad, like, DTF. Like, they're mad horny. And there was this white lady in there, and there was nobody else but me and her. And this lady, dead ass, like, I cannot wait to take this fucking table out this car. But anyways, and this lady, dead ass, she was walking around, like, she didn't even have her pants fully down. She just had, like, her little white booty butt crack out. Like, bro, what are you doing? And then she was just, like, walking around, like, trying to get my attention. But it was just like, bro, your butt's not even my fucking elbow. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, my arms are bigger than your fucking butt cheeks. Like, relax.
Walk around with the beavers and butthead ass.
That's a funny one. Drama.
So what say you about this particular topic I picked for tonight?
So what do you mean, like, specify? Like, ask it in your way, and then I'll just come in.
Okay, what really it was supposed to say, what meets your refusal or approval when dating? Like,
I mean, what are your, like, refusals and approvals? Like, do's and don'ts, pretty much, or something?
Yeah,
okay, so,
yeah.
I don't know, it's weird because, like, obviously, like, I don't even think I get that far in, like, those stages because I'm very picky. But I know initially, like, it's just based off of chemistry. Like, I'll go out with you, I'll, like, link up with you, or we'll talk or whatever, just based off of, like, chemistry, and then, like, also attraction. Like, do I like you? If we've had a chance to have a conversation before, it's just like, do I like your conversation? Stuff like that. And then also I just go off, like, energy. I like people that are, like, go-getters and stuff. So even if I don't know nothing about you and I know you're a go-getter, like, I'll probably go out with you. But then the thing about it is like, once I get to know people, I kind of just don't like them anymore. Why is this guy on the side of that thing like that? But yeah.
So what do you feel about?
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, once I go out with you, then I don't know. I kind of lose.
No, I was gonna say when you're dating, how do you feel about? Because in dating you go out on dates. You don't. It ain't like going back to someone's house. So, what do you feel when a person's trying to press to come back to your house? Do you feel some way about that, or are you more lenient about that? What's your feeling about that?
Honestly, like, my house hookups have been with people who have never taken me on dates. Like, people who take me on dates, like, they don't even try to, like, they kind of know the vibe. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. Like, now, if I'm on a date with somebody, I might be like, oh, let's go, like, afterwards, if I still want to kick it with them, like, oh, let's go by the fireplace in my place and just, like, kick it and, like, whatever. Like, but that's pretty much it. Like, it doesn't get to, like, come in my place. Like, I've rarely let anybody in my place. Like, the people that have been in my apartment are literally from out of town. Like, everybody else, nobody's ever, like, nobody even knows where I live. Like,
Okay.
Seriously. I don't know. I just got so private. I feel like I've just been through a lot of like shit personally, and I've lived in the underground world for a long time. So I just got really private with my just my shit. And plus, I also don't bring people like around my daughter. Like that's a big no-no, kind of.
Right.
So it's like, nah, you can't go to my house. Like even this guy, like he was a cool dude. Like he's like a black guy. He's from like the east side of like LA or whatever. And I met him. And he was super cool or whatever. It like has cars, motorcycles, all kind of shit. Like he's a man's man. So he hit me up. He bought some stuff from me, and then he hit me up later and he was like, yo, what's up? Let me pull up to your crib one time. And I was just like, for what? I'm like, my daughter's over here. Like, there's nothing to do over here. Like, if you want to take me out, like, that's cool, but you can't just pull up to my crib. Right. And then, like, I never heard from him again. Like, that has. So I just think, like, I don't know. I guess a guy really has to like a girl to like take them out, but I just don't see people like really being into me. Like people are so blinded by like their sexual attraction to me that it's just, I don't know. Like even right now, I just went to go see my friend DJ and get some weed from him, and he's like trying to grope me and shit. Like it's just like, bro, like relax. Yeah, it's just like OD for me, and I'm not even. Like, I guess it's just my aura. I think it's, like, something about me, like, people want to control me. And they don't feel like they can, like, they wouldn't ever, tell me that I'm beautiful because in their mind, like, oh, this bitch thinks she's all that or something. Like, you know? It's crazy. Like, I don't know what it is. I think it's just I'm just barking up the wrong trees is what it essentially is. Yeah. You know, I need to like give because honestly, I'm not giving myself an opportunity to actually date, like to go out and like be courted. And like, honestly, the only time that I ever do go out is like to my own shows or to other like rap shows. And it's just like, you know, the vibes over there. It's like going to those kind of shows, like going to the club or some shit. So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm always working. So if I'm not working, then I'm working, and then the music, like working with the music is like, that's the only time that I really go out, and I'm really still just working, so. Right. That's sad, but it's the truth.
Hey, Randy Shad, what say you uncap your mic? What do you think of what Quay done laid down in
I mean, it's nothing to brag about, it's just honesty.
That's true.
Yeah.
But what about her weed man trying to grope her and all that shit? Or?
Yeah.
No, we were just talking about like dating do's and don'ts, and I was just saying like, I feel like with me, it's like people are so like, and this is like, people don't have to know anything about me. They're just very like blindly attracted to me, but not enough to want to put in work, but enough where it's just like his dick is like hanging out of his pants, damn near.
Damn.
Oh shit! Yeah, I don't know, man. It was, I don't know. It's different strokes for different folks. You know, people do what they do. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. But you know, if it's like that, you know, if y'all just cool, if it's just your, you know, your weed man or whatever, then.
No, but he's just like, that's my friend though. But what I'm saying, like, all my friends want to like low key fuck, like, but It's just like, bro, relax. Like, I've been knowing him for like 10 years. Never had sex with him or nothing. But he's going to always shoot his shot every time I fucking see him.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you just got that look. You know what I'm saying? Not to look like, you know, you trying to.
I think it's my aura. I don't even think it's my look, because I'll be looking crazy sometimes.
Man, but I'm pretty sure he saw you fixed up and everything, and he know how, you know what I'm saying? He probably wouldn't mind waking up to you every morning, you know, if you say you be looking fucked up or whatever. But pretty sure he done saw you. I'm pretty sure he done saw you on your good days, on your bad days. You know what I'm saying? So he knows. But you know, I don't know. You know,
I don't know. I just don't have the best luck of dating. But I was telling Osiris that I think I'm just like barking up the wrong tree. Essentially, like I'm not choosing the right people to date.
Okay. You know,
but also it's like I just don't want to date a lame nigga. Like that's just my thing. Like not to say lame, like I just don't want to date somebody who's boring. That's my thing. Like I just want to I want to have my thing is I want to date a friend / I want us to be friendly. Like I don't want us to be all extra serious all the time. Like that's not the type of shit that I'm looking for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can put on different hats and switch on and off, but I'm not trying to be around no straight-faced, can't smile, type nigga. Like, I just want to have good energy around me. But, I don't know. Like I said, I'm barking at the wrong trees all the time.
I don't know. Maybe where are you from? Where are you from? Can I ask that? Or where do you stay?
I'm from Los Angeles. I'm born in Los Angeles, raised all over Cali. But I'm back in LA.
All right, well, you know,
Shad, let me catch you up. I mean, you done met Nicotina before, but I'm just saying, you still haven't seen Nicotina's video "Break Bread," haven't you?
Break Bread, I think. Is that
with Richie Rich in it?
I don't think so. Nah, I might have. I probably haven't seen it in a while though. But you know what I'm saying.
Well, I was gonna say she's featured in that particular video, and she's in Rosebud's. What is that? What was this movie called, Coy?
I forgot what it's called. It was a series, like a short series.
Okay.
I forgot what it was called though. It was a while ago. I have the link, but I don't remember.
I know
my character's name though.
Yeah, because didn't you get shot at the beginning?
Well, that's at the end, but it was just a glimpse of what was going to happen.
Flashback, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. You said it's called Break Bread with Nicotina.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna send you the link to it.
That's actually one of my great friends. I was just at his. I was just with him in January. He called me to do some cooking content for him, so I just did it. And then before that, I was with him. I think in November, he had a live orchestra over at the San Francisco Orchestra or whatever. And he did live band, just all his music. They did a few Mac Dre songs and one Jacka song. But it was really fun. But yeah, that's my friend. I really go out there and stay at his house and shit and just kick it. That's my big homie, low-key.
Yeah, I met him once. Well, I didn't really meet him, but
you're familiar.
He came here on concert 3 times, I think. Me and my brother went to all 3 of them. Then the last time he came and shit, I'm like, hey, I'm like, well, Nicotina, what up? Can I get a picture? You know what I'm saying? And he, took a quick picture and shit, but you know what I'm saying?
He be like, yeah, what's up? Come on.
Yeah, well, nah, he really ain't even say that. He just kind of turned around, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? But,
he's funny. But yeah. Yeah, that's my friend. I have a lot of friends, but I don't know. But Nicotina is really my friend because I don't know. He just is. I've been knowing Nicotina for a long time. I met him at one of his shows because we used to literally bump him in the trap, where we sold coke. We used to bump him all the time. And then I went to his show. My homie Dion was going to prison for 2 years, but he was still on bail and he had 3 days. And it was 3 days before he went. And I was asking my homie Chance, who's passed away now. And this is why Nicotina is so special to me because I met Chance through my other homie that was like, nigga, you listen to Andre Nicotina? Like, bro, you have to meet the homegirl Marley. She is a fucking Nicotina fan. But then the homie's like, oh, she sells drugs? And he was like, yeah. He was like, okay, that's why. Like, it was just funny. And then I went over there and then we just became best friends. And then I was at Chance's and I was like, yo, I was like, y'all go to the Nicotina show with me. But Chance was like, nah, I can't go. You know, I can't be seen outside. Cause like with Chance, we got to go like 5 hours outside the city to do something. Like he never was seen in the city. So he was like, I'm going to pass. But Dion was like, fuck it, I'm going to go with you. And then we went. And I remember at that time, I had like this stolen Chrysler, like with no VIN on it. My stepdad got it for me from Arizona. It was some crazy shit. I didn't have no VIN, no nothing. And we drove over there with it. And then I was just like, yo, like, anyways, Nicotina followed us to the spot and he dropped me off at Chance's house. And then like everybody was outside like screaming like, oh shit. It was just a moment. And then the homie Chance later ended up getting killed in Ecuador.
Dang.
Yeah, on a drug deal. But I'm always close with Nicotina because like it's just like all tied in. Like it's just some weird shit. Yeah.
Now, was you cool with him when he was still cool with Equipto?
Funny thing, first time I ever went to see him was in Sacramento at this, I think it's called like the Federal or something like that, this club or whatever. And I was staying at the Union Square Hotel downtown San Francisco. So I had to drive like a ways after my show or whatever. And the next morning when I was leaving the hotel, I seen Equipto and I was playing the shit like for my cousin, like, yeah, this is what I be listening to. And she's like, girl, you be listening to that weird shit. And then this nigga Equipto was literally across the street and I was like, yo, is your name Equipto? He's like, yeah, he had like a long ass ponytail like to the back of his kneecaps. Damn. And then he came over and I was like, what's up, you Equipto, da 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 da. And he was on some shit like, yeah, that's me. He was like, what's up with you and your friend? Y'all want to fuck, like type shit. And I'm like, bro, this is my cousin. Damn. No, I swear to God. Like I was only talking to him for like 10 minutes and he was already on some shit like that. And I'm like, bro, this is my cousin. Like, relax.
I'm seeing the video now. Okay, that's you right there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm the one rapping the song.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I see why they be getting at you. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
I'm decent. Okay, it's okay. It's not like crazy.
But, I mean, no, I'm just saying, you know, you.
But you feel, you know. I feel like compared to the, like, I guess the terrain of women nowadays, like, I'm not really up to anybody's standard. Like, men are attracted to, like, very fake, girls, but I have like I almost have the body of almost a fake girl, but like the shape, how I'm shapely, but I'm real.
Nah,
so
fake ain't right, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you say, but I'm talking about the new generation, like the motherfuckers that run the world, that make the standards and shit. They're on that.
Yeah. I'm back to the old shit. You know, natural is always the best. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But at least you ain't walking around like Precious. But I mean, I guess someone likes the Precious out here, but I'm just saying you ain't walking around like that. So, I mean, you good.
Right. You know?
I feel it. I'm just trying to figure out life, guys. I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to figure things out. But I really want to find a man and like just like settle down. Like I'm tired of like, but it's so funny because I was so single, like focused on my career for so long. And now I'm just like, that's boring. Like, you know, like it's cool, but it's just like, I feel like when you're a woman, like, you know, women are like, and I don't want to sound, because some girls be like against people saying shit like this, but women are like, in a sense, like meant to serve and nurture. And like, if you're not doing that, that means you're always in your masculine energy. And that's not healthy for a female.
Yeah.
And that might be the reason why I'm not attracting men, because I am or men that I want, because I'm always in an active, like masculine energy, because I do everything for myself. Like a nigga really had to come to the table with some shit for me to even move, because what could you possibly do for me that I'm not doing for myself? And then if you're stressing me out and you're not helping me, I'm cutting the cord. And it's not really so much of these niggas like letting me go. It's me letting them go. Because if they could linger me along and string me, then they would still do it. But I just can't go for the okie doke. Like, so I don't know. I just don't. And I feel like I give people chances and opportunities. But then like once It's just like a wrap.
So would you say when you're in your masculine energy, it comes off tomboyish?
I wouldn't say that. It's more just like a on guard kind of energy. And I do like, sometimes I do like wear sweats and stuff or whatever, but I usually have my hair done, you know, and stuff. So I don't know. I just feel like even if somebody even sees me, like I'm working, if you happen to see me outside, I'm working, like that's the crazy part. Like, I don't think I'm ever not working. So, you know.
So were you working today?
Yeah, I mean, this guy actually asked me for my number, like when I was on the street, like next to the car. He like rolled down the window, but I just told him no because I just wasn't in the mood. But yeah, I worked today, like all day, like literally all day, and then picked up my daughter, and then afterwards I just came back from hot yoga. So yeah.
See, that's a woman's thing. I ain't in the mood to get your number. And there ain't no dude that like, if a female be like, hey, can I get your, if she has enough courage, because not a lot of women have a lot of courage enough to say that, but I ain't never seen a brother, hey, nah, not today.
Right. Never ever.
Nah, but that's what be wrong with niggas, is because they don't know how to be selective. They just going with every fucking thing that come their way, and that's a problem too. Do you want a girl that's not selective? You want a girl that's just like, I don't know.
But did you hear what I said? I said that's rare. Not a lot of females be asking dudes for their number all the time.
No, I didn't ask him for his number. He asked me.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if it was roles were reversed,
I'm
saying that would be like, what, you're asking me? So, yeah, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to be like, oh, no, I can't take it, you know? Cause
I'm just not thirsty like that either. And it's crazy because I think the niggas that I fuck with, I give them so much attention and so much like love and like positivity and shit like that. But like, I don't know, I'm just not like that to the outer world. Like, you got to really know me in an intimate way to know that side of me. It's just not something I'm just out here presenting to everybody. Like, I'll be playful and jokey, you feel me? But I ain't gonna be like, you feel me?
I think all women are like that to a degree, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
It just got to be that one where you be like, oh, you know what? I feel like going beyond the boundaries of, you know, the walls I usually keep up, you know. It's something about them that made me want to, you know, let these walls down a little bit.
I guess. So what about you guys? What are your refusals and approvals when you're dating? I want to hear your friend go first.
You wouldn't hear me go first. Well, it's all about conversation, man. If the conversation ain't right, then, you know what I'm saying, then it's really not nothing else to talk about. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
Now, Ready Shot, what do you mean by if the conversation ain't right? You give some examples where the conversation ain't right for you, where you might be like, nah, I don't think so.
Like, you know, you got some females that you know, you meet them and shit, you talk to them like, yeah, what's up? And they all like, yeah, what you got to drink? What you got to smoke? And all this. Like, man, everybody don't do all that shit, man. Like, can we just have a normal ass conversation? Like, damn, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Let's get some, you know, get some numbers exchanged, and, you know, maybe
let me get a little background on you, where you're from, you know, what you like to do for yourself, where you see yourself, you know, progressing to, or goals you're trying to get accomplished, or whatever.
Right, what you do, do you work, you know what I'm saying? Do you hustle? What you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, is you just smoking and drinking all fucking day and shit, and like not taking care of your kids if you got kids or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know something, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids never with you, they with their grandma or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's really going on? But, you know,
a stalker baby daddy or something like that you ain't really let me in on, that don't touch down from prison or something.
Or a guy that thinks y'all together, but y'all really not. And, you know what I'm saying? He trying to, you know, do some other shit.
Yeah, run off all your new potentials. Like, hey, no, that's me, dog. That's me. Don't even come around here. She got you under the false impression.
Right, outside stalking and shit, looking and calling the person that they was with. Like, yeah, were you over there? I just saw somebody looking out the shades. Like, what the fuck is really going on, man? Like, y'all ain't even together.
If a guy is saying that, the girl has to be saying something to the nigga. Ain't no way it's just casual and they just friends and he like, that's the bitch that's scandalous in that situation. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean like baby dads and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing shit like that. Like, y'all ain't been together like in I don't know how many years or whatever, but you still thinking that y'all together just because she let you come by and pick your son up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Your child up. And it's like, you know, I don't know, man. It's like,
my baby daddy could never have no authority in my life. I mean, I always respect, like, I don't bring niggas around my daughter and shit like that. And, like, even if me and him are together, I'm still going to respect, like, certain shit of just do's and don'ts of, like, niggas shouldn't be around little girls any motherfucking way. Like, you feel me? Especially if we're just dating. But, you know, if my baby daddy was in my life, he would not have no say in nothing. And that's probably why he's not in my life, because the nigga wants to low-key be controlling and like dictate shit. But yeah, that's the thing with me. Like, niggas wanna own me. They don't wanna like love me, go half with me. And I'm the type of female, that's the cold part about it. Like, I'm the type of female, like, I'm okay with like going half. I'm not the type of person with these, like, now if it's dinner, it's different, but I'm okay with like going half with something. If we talking about like building something, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not one of these girls that just think a nigga's supposed to do everything. But if he is my boyfriend, all my history of my boyfriends, they did all like pay the rent, take care of all the normal basic shit. I didn't really have to, but you feel me? Like,
I got a little question for you though, real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know, you said like, you know, earlier some dude tried to get your number, whatever, and you kind of passed on it. Do you like, how often do you do that? It's like a 2-part question. You know what I'm
saying? Believe it or not, often, because I have a real sense, like, I got a good like third eye. I'm really good. Like, I have a discerning spirit, I guess, as well. And like, sometimes I just already know if the chemistry ain't there or if we're not going to be compatible, because some of these guys, like, I can already tell they're the kind of guys to be like, you know, if you say no to them or something, they have an attitude, or like, you know, the typical nigga of like, hey, let me get your number. No, fuck you, bitch type nigga. But the fuck you, bitch might not come until like after the first date or something, like, you know what I mean? So I could just feel it and sense it on the type of niggas that they be. And also sometimes like, you can tell when a nigga just talking to you because, you feel me? Because they just smash. Like.
But you know what I'm saying? Do you think like you could possibly like sideswipe maybe the love of your life or something? You know what I'm saying? They say, you know, opposites attract and everything. You know, you could, maybe that third eye isn't working that exact day. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, giving you little misconceptions about everything, you know what I'm saying, getting you chopped and screwed up, but you know.
Yeah, I feel that. But I mean, you could be right. I mean, I don't really, I mean, that's, I guess, a 50-50 type shit. Like, it could be, it could not be. But at the same time, sometimes I need to just be like, I just need to be there to like be present. Like, I was coming from yoga, you feel me? I'm low-key stressed out. I was just stretching. Like, I just wasn't in the mood to be just, you feel me, giving my number.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could have took their number and then, like, you know, a couple days or whatever down the line when you're feeling good, like, oh, let me see what he's about, you know, calling from a block number or something, you know what I'm saying, a little WhatsApp number, a second line thing, you know what I'm saying, and just, you know, if you ain't feeling it, just block the number, throw the number away or something, you know, you can be missing out on your one, you know what I'm saying, you say you tired of this, you tired of that, you know, you gotta
put myself out there.
Not really put yourself out there, but you know, just, you know, shake a hand, meet a friend. You know what I'm saying? Something, see where things go or whatever. You know, you can't really you can't. I know, females don't be in the mood to talk sometimes, but just be like, "Wow, you know, I'll take your number." You know what I'm saying? I'm not kind of in the mood to talk right now. And
how about I'm gonna take your advice, and the next person that asks for my number, I'm gonna just take it, and I'm gonna just be a little bit different. Like maybe I am too closed off. Like I'll try that. What you're saying, because you never know.
Yeah, you never know. You know, so right.
I appreciate that though, because I just sometimes like people just be in their modes, and like I feel like I really want a man in my life, but I don't want to chase a man. You feel me? Like either. So it's just weird. And then like I don't know.
But
I feel
the
like
way
I
it
dropped
sounds,
the
it
ball.
seems like the men are chasing you. You know what I'm saying? So.
I mean, sometimes I'm chasing a man. Sometimes I'm chasing a man and blocking my blessings. I'm not going to lie. Because I'm just the type of person, like, because I don't have much time on my hand, like, if I see something that I want, like, I'm going to let it be known and I'm most likely going to get it. But because it's me getting it and not the other person getting me, this just feel like it never really lasts.
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
Well, with that being said, Quay, Rated Shad is actually my family. So if, he wants to give you his number, you just go ahead and take it. No,
he don't even have his real profile picture on his thing. I hate people that you can't see what they really look like.
Hey, go to his Instagram. He got an Instagram.
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He said, "You know what I'm saying? I'm dead."
Go follow my IG. You know, King Shad 06. You know what I'm
saying? Message it to me and I'll check it out.
Capital K, capital S 06. You know what I'm saying?
You following her, Shad, on Twitter?
Nope. But I'm about to right now.
So since you're on here and you want to give me your number, I'm just wondering, like, what do you do for a living? Like, what?
I didn't say I wanted to give you my number though. You know what I'm saying? He was just kind of fucking with you, but I saw you on the little, video, and you are a beautiful individual. You know what I'm saying? So
appreciate that.
Just you know what I'm saying? Follow me. You know what I'm saying? Or I follow you right now. You know what I'm saying?
You did follow me. I'll follow you back.
Okay, all right. And then I'll shoot you my IG or whatever, and then, you know what I'm saying?
From there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I can hear what you're saying.
But, I'm just saying, But, don't block your blessings. Let your blessings, opposites attract, man.
Whatever they may be. This is a big-ass world.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cold. Look, I kind of feel like, okay, so in my mind, I want to start my family with a black man. Like, because if I have a son, which I do want to have a son, I want my son to be, like, strong. Like, he got to be made from the most powerful source on the planet type shit. So, I was thinking about that, but then also, I'll be thinking, like, I might have to date outside of my race to even find happiness. Which is crazy, but I've been, like, thinking about that recently.
Damn. You've been thinking about switch hitting.
Mm-hmm. Switch hitters.
Sure have. There's some fine-ass Middle Eastern boys out here.
Mm-hmm. To each his own, Feel what you feel. But just like everybody else, Crazy comes in many colors, many shapes and sizes and colors,
Yeah, facts. But ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of crazy. It's a little bit of fun. A little bit of fun.
Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, there could be a lot wrong with it.
But I guess it depends on what brand of crazy you're talking about, I guess.
See, that'd be like you having the first date and y'all hitting it off like, yeah. So what did you serve time for? Yeah. My old lady, she got to cheating on me. I had to cut her up. And it's like, what? Yeah. She played me. I don't play that shit. I'm like, man.
Yep, date's over right there.
Right.
Well, now you don't want to say that because, you're
right.
Victim.
For real.
Yeah, you know. But, you know, it's all good. You know, do your thing. Look out there. Look and see what you know. Test the water.
It got to be friendship. You gotta, you know, y'all gotta have fun together. You know, it'd be cool if, depending on, you know, what time of the year is, you go to amusement park or something. See if they're a person that like to ride the rides, or, you know, do something where y'all could, you know, thrill seeking. Like, yeah, I remember when I was little, or the back, you know, umpteen times with my homeboy, or wherever we used to do this. You know, that, to me, for a first date, that would be a good thing, because then, you know, you get to see where people's at. If you like riding crazy roller coasters, or, you know, you like, you know, doing the more subtle things that they got in the amusement parks, you know.
I would be down to do some fun, active shit, because I'm an active girl. Like, I like to, like, you feel me? I like to go paintballing, and, like, because that's what I grew up doing with my brothers, like paintballing and dirt biking and, like, just fun shit, like, where we could just have fun and not be, like, super uptight.
Right.
I'm with that type shit.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't really do that shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't want to go out. They don't want to have fun and be active.
I mean, if they do go out, they like, oh, let's go to this bar and all this. Like, nah, like, let's go, you know what I'm saying? Let's go up to
let's create a memory that we could remember.
All right, let's go up to Apple River. Let's go, you know, go on the river
or something like that. Anything.
Right.
I love horseback riding, too. So do.
I never horseback rode, though. So,
it's a cool thing. It's a cool experience. All black people, they don't tell you this because they didn't put it in the movies, but black people was really the real cowboys.
Yeah.
Blacks and Mexicans. So it's natural for us, low key.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I be seeing a lot of videos with, matter of fact, I don't know if you're familiar, but you probably are, Mitchie Slick. He got a lot of...
that name sounds familiar, but I can't put a face to it.
He did a couple songs with Nicotina, but he does these Mitchie Slicks is everywhere, and he shows a lot of times when he goes down to Texas, you know, there's a lot of black people that got horses and be riding their horses right through the city and everything.
Yeah,
like, man.
Yeah, my homeboy down in Texas, and he showed like videos of people just riding down the little strip and horses, cowboy hats and everything. You know?
Right.
That's fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I got one friend, like one of my friends, he's down, like we be doing shit, like we went shooting together. Like,
yeah, the gun range, that'd be cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we shot big guns and little guns, like we have fun. But like, that's my one friend, like that no matter what, like we gonna have fun. Like, but outside of that, like people don't really be into like doing shit, and he's younger than me, so you know, go figure, you know.
Yeah, you gotta live your life, man. Live every day like it's your last, so you gotta have fun, you know what I'm saying? You never know what the fuck this world is gonna bring.
Yeah, that's facts.
Real. So I'm
trying to keep get my passport and travel out of the country. I feel like maybe I might, or you know what I was thinking about doing? You know how they have like those singles? But the thing is I feel like if they have those single like things where you go to the island and everybody's like single and shit, I feel like with those, I feel like people are just there to fuck. Like, I don't know. Or if there's people actually really looking for love, because that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like, oh, singles come out, like meet other singles type shit. But they're like retreats. But you guys ever heard of those?
Yeah. But then it's like really no telling who's really single at that motherfucker though. You know what I'm saying?
So that's like, a crazy one.
For real, you know? Be like, honey, I'm going on a business trip. I will.
That's a crazy one. You go to a singles island on a business trip, and your wife's blowing up your phone the whole time you're on a date.
Man.
That's my crazy landlord. They said I done left something on in my apartment way back in Wooty Wooty Woo.
Right. Damn, you know all the bars. I'm dying.
Man, bro, you know, hey. Yeah, a lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of shit to do, so little time to do it.
So you said, like, your thing is conversation got to be right. What are your like your things that make bells go off in your head? Like, oh, I want to fuck with her, Osiris.
I guess if their mind is not closed, you got to be open to do things. You could tell when someone's mind is not open. Like, oh, would you ever want to try to? Oh, I can't do that, or too much saying I can't. That's a turnoff. It's like you could do anything you set your mind to. If you feel like, okay, I'm here right now. If I put my mind together, I get this money. I could take this trip, cross country by myself, and do that. Some people, their mind ain't open enough to do that. Like, I can't do that. It's going to cost this much money. No, you could do whatever you set your mind to. If the Most High give you the breath to wake up again, hey, that's enough time to put something together to do what you want and see what you want in this world, But, not a lot of people think like that. A lot of people got closed minds. And to me, those closed-minded people are downers. You start accepting that, they're going to start trying to push that type of thinking process off on you, and that ain't what's up.
Nah, that's facts. And what about girls who don't like to try new foods and shit? Like, do you like that type shit?
Oh, I hate that shit. That don't like to try. Like, if you say sushi, oh, that's nasty. Well, when was it nasty? I was a little kid. Well, you're a grown adult now. I mean, they got different types of sushi you can eat. They got sushi that's cooked, and it ain't raw like how they, you've always heard it or whatever like that. So I mean, like I said, don't be closed-minded.
Yeah, I don't like people. I don't like guys like that too. That like when you go to a restaurant and stuff, they're like, I don't want to try that. Or like I went out with a dude one time and we ordered oysters and he didn't even want to touch the oysters. It's like, bro, what's wrong?
Right. You could be missing out now. If you got a legitimate food allergy that could fucking kill you, that's understandable. But if you ain't never had no problems, come on, just try it one time. And plus, it's an experience. I'm gonna see you trying to choke down them oysters and you be fucking up and getting sick or over exaggerate. I'm gonna be laughing at that shit. I ain't gonna be all proper and shit. Oh, it's okay. No, I'll be laughing at your ass, especially if you're making a spectacle of yourself. I don't care who he is. Because my thing is, I like to laugh. I like to have fun. I mean, it's a lot of things in this world that's serious. We all know this, but I mean, if you're trying to get to know someone new, let's have some experiences together where we can both laugh. It's a time and a place for everything that could come down to be serious, but let's get some laughs in while we're here together on this planet, sharing our time together.
Right, like let's both try some new shit together. You ain't never tried that. I ain't never tried this. Let's try them together. Let's see how we, what I'm saying? See how we like it and shit,
Right. And anybody else outside of our spectrum, oh, you did that with him? Well, I wasn't doing it with you. I was doing it with her. I was just telling you what, how we kicked it, Maybe it ain't for you. It's for us. That's why I feel like I might be gravitating to her because, she's feeling what I'm feeling. I'm feeling what she's feeling. But I know it'll probably be some things that, we don't feel from each other. And I mean, we human. That's going to happen. But hopefully we have more things in common than things that are opposite.
Facts. I feel that. But yeah, I guess nobody likes closed-minded people. I dated this white boy one time. He took me to surf. Like, I stood up on the board like my 6th time. It was pretty cool. It was fun. But that was cool dating him because he was like, he had like a Corvette. So like on the weekends, he would bring out the Corvette and come and pick me up, drop the top. We go riding down PCH, go to a restaurant in Santa Monica. Like, he was cool as fuck, honestly. And that was like fun dating him. But I just wasn't really that attracted to him. I was just on some like, you feel me? Just trying to have fun, like,
Thrill seeking.
Yeah, that was it. But yeah, I did have fun with him, though. He always took me out, like, always.
See, it's funny you say that because, see, you said white dude, you have Corvette. I done changed my program over the years. I used to always have nothing but Cadillacs and Lincolns and all type of luxury cars. Now, I done switched over to damn near all my play cars is Corvettes. So it's like, to me, when it's nice, I love pulling the convertible out or the one with the T-tops or the tiger top and just riding and bumping and join something sporty versus all the years of chrome Dayton's and big chrome grill and fifth wheel and all that. And that's cool. It has its place, but
I think that's for the boys. Cool. I feel like old school. I feel like you should still keep one old school. Like, but I feel like it's for to come out with the boys, like, and stunt. Like,
true.
But I mean, girls like it too. But I'm just saying, like, definitely take the girl in the Corvette because she gonna love that type of shit, But yeah, I like doing fun stuff. Like, I done dated people with money, without money. I done dated niggas that was managers of artists, all kind of shit. But it's just like, everybody got their own stuff. But one thing that I can say is hard, like the people that I really, really like, we both be like really busy. And then it'd be hard to and then traveling, and it just be hard to just get on one page sometimes.
So what's the hardest? The local relationships, long distance relationships where a person got more money, relationships the person got less money. What's the commonality with all these where they all seem like they're the same no matter what status or
I don't think they all seem like they're the same no matter what status. I'm going to keep it all the way real because I do, Osiris. Like with the white boy, the white boy with the Corvette that I was dating, I had just broke up with my ex and he was paying the whole rent. And I was getting enough to pay the rent, but I had my own shop at the time. So I was paying my shop thing. So I needed somebody to like help me pay at least like half of my rent. So like I kind of spoke with him and just told him what was going on or whatever. And he was cool with it. And then that's how that happened. And I'm going to keep it a buck. Like I dated the nigga for like 4 months. And then I finally gave him some pussy, but I didn't even really want to. But I just, you feel me? He was helping me. So I was just like, whatever. But yeah, like I really wasn't, I could have like benefited. I probably could have got married to him or did something with him. But I really wasn't there mentally. I was just on some survival type shit. And just trying to have fun and not be too serious. Yeah, so like, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a few times where I dropped the ball on like some good people or whatever. It's just on being honest. And it wasn't even like me being a bitch or nothing. It just be on some, just not really in that headspace like that where I'm ready to like be there for somebody in that way.
So after you got intimate with him, did the situation change after that?
No, we still had dated. He really liked me. He really, really liked me. He was actually his sister went to school with my daughter, and I was really good friends with his stepmom and his dad because our kids played together. And it was actually the day that Nipsey passed. We were having a graduation party at Bunny's friend's house, but when I say they live in the hills, they live in the hills high. And the dad's in the real estate and the son's in the real estate and architecture too. So they got bread. Like if I showed you the house that we were at that day, it was like crazy. But Bunny just really lived a good life. Like all her friends is like loaded as fuck. So she just goes and does the most funnest shit all the time. But yeah, so that's how I met him. I asked the dad, like, yo, do you got any friends or whatever? And he was like, date my son. And I was like, I don't know. And then like, I just ended up dating him. Yeah. But it was very casual. It was more so like friendly. And like I said, it was like, I waited like a really long time to even do nothing with him. But I'm gonna keep it real. Like I feel like when females wait a long time to do something with somebody, it's because they're being strategic. Because even my ex, I didn't give him no pussy till like 4 months after us talking. And like I made him get us a place before I even gave him any pussy. So it's like it's just like sometimes when women are being strategic, they'll hold back if they want something out of the situation. And then if they just like a guy and they're just like into him, they'll just give it up, I feel like.
Yeah, see, I think that's where a lot of dudes have problems with females because they'll be like, okay, on either side, because when I say either side, because say if she's dating two at the same time, one where, you know, you got to do this for this to happen. And then she's dating another one where she's just giving it up to that motherfucker anytime. If the motherfucker that had to wait finds out about the dude that was getting it all the time, he's gonna feel some kind of way like, well, why did he get to get it, but I can't? Or vice versa. The other guy is like, man, I'm here and I'm fucking you all the time, but you fucking around with this dude trying to get all this shit up out of him. Even if, you know, you not giving it up, you still, you know, dividing your time with this motherfucker, you know. People,
right.
They feel some kind of way either or, you know.
Yeah, that's true. But it just depends on the situation with the guy who's smashing her. Like, he could just only want to smash. He might not even want to do the stuff that the other guy's doing. And that's why it's like that. You know what I mean?
True.
And she needs to balance it out.
Too.
Like, she needs to balance the situation out. So she like, fuck it. Like, I like this dude. I'm fucking him. I know he not really taking me serious, but I do need this, that, and the other. So I'm going to just go holler at him because this nigga's blowing up my phone. I mean, it gets like that for females sometimes, but that's when you're in survival mode. Like, right now, I'm not in survival mode. Like, I've gotten extremely self-sufficient on my own. And it's cool or whatever, but now it's just like, damn, I want somebody to meet me halfway. Like, you feel me?
Right. Now, Coach Mike, what's up? Uncap your mic. What you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah, it's twofold to that. What I want to have and thanks for having me in. But it's twofold to that. Women got to understand the certain caliber men that you're dating. So I'm gonna touch on two things. So women who are strategic and want to withhold pussy. The only women that's worthy of doing so is women who are virgins, because those are women that are as high worth, right? So if a woman already have a high body count, especially had children, withholding pussy just puts you in the L, especially if the man is attractive and makes a large amount of money, to which he's attracted to most women. Because men who have money, who got their shit together, don't wait on women for pussy because they can exercise options. Right. So
right. Can I say this really quick? So the guy who gets pussy all the time, but why would she want to give it up to him knowing that he could just discard her? Like, is it because she should just do it because he has money?
Well, it's twofold, right? So men usually put women in two categories. You in the sex only category or relationship wise. There's two different vetting criteria. If I want to have sex with you and date you, yeah, I'll put up with the fuckery because you hot enough or yada, yada, yada. But if I want to take you serious and commit to you because I'd be at risk of taking everything on, it's a different vetting criteria. So what a lot of women don't understand is that you control access to sex 1,000%. I control access to relationships. So the role is you withhold sex, I work for it. I withhold relationship, you work for it. But women live in this crazy world sometimes where do they think they don't have to work for the relationship? And that's what leads them to, oh, I'm talking to this man, I'm dating millionaires, I'm on yachts. But your metric of success is, can the man that you really want take you seriously and give you a ring? In which I would say a lot of women fail at that.
Damn, you should have your own podcast. You are very well versed. I feel like, because it's definitely an art to like dating and stuff. And I feel like I just never understood that, because funny thing, like my first 3 boyfriends, and I feel like I only have 4 serious boyfriends through my whole life. But my first 3 boyfriends, the first night after we fucked, we was together. That was it. We was together for years. And then, like, you feel me? So, like, even me dating, and then even my first, it wasn't even my boyfriend. I was married at 19. So, and that's another thing, too. Like, I started off being a wife. So sometimes I give, like, because I know how to be, sometimes I give, like, wifey treatment to people who really don't deserve it. And not because I'm trying to do something. It's just, like, my nature. So, you know, I feel like I really never really dated that much like that. You know, so I really don't even know how to go about it sometimes.
Well, that's the difference between men and women. Like, a woman don't have to understand a woman don't have to understand the opposite gender to attract the opposite gender, but a man must understand a woman to attract the woman. We must know how what they're attracted to, how they respond to certain languages, certain words, and things of that nature. Because you don't ask your fish to catch a fish, you ask the fucking fisherman. Right, so women live and have the privilege to not understand the opposite sex to attract the opposite sex. So therefore, they live in this delusion, especially with today's modern world where social media is a big effect of why the middle class family is disappearing and women have a high body count and single women, single mothers, things of that nature. I can go down the whole avenue with that. But to my point is the fact that you don't have to understand the opposite gender to attract the opposite gender. You go along this journey with the delusion that because the grass is always greener, right? And then you couple it with social media to women have a plethora of options now that they don't cash out when they're in their prime. And when I mean in their prime, the men, right? The men who want to, in terms of who has money and have resources, we don't look for the same things, right? So if a man who makes money in a certain caliber of men, right, we look for youth, beauty, fertility. In terms of just dating, relationship wise, we're gonna look for peace of mind. Are you a good mother? Things of that nature, right? So the fact that women don't understand that what in terms of attaining a guy versus retaining, because the guy's game is to attain a woman. The woman's game is, can you retain a guy after you fuck him? And most women can't, is what I've argued.
Okay, so I really like your conversation. You're very smart. So here's the thing. So like, I guess, okay, so I was dating this guy. We had sex or whatever. We had sex twice this year. The only person that had sex with, and it was like a month apart or whatever. And then like, we haven't spoke. So like, I'm guessing he doesn't want to do anything. But like you're saying, like, women have, but I'm also not speaking to him because I'm not going to be the initiator of stuff. You understand? Like, I'm not going to beg nobody to, you know what I mean?
Right, but he already won those because men have to lie to women to get what we want, because most men struggle with women, right? Men between the ages, if you haven't seen the report that came out with CDC in which they did a interview on CNN, men between the ages of 18 and 31 today are abstinent or haven't had sex in a year. So most men struggle with most women in terms of getting male. So the fact that most men struggle with women, right, and most women can't handle straight up honesty, most men will run game on you, and that game is just a lie to get pussy. Now, after we got pussy, it's not our job to get the relationship. You have to work for the relationship because you gave it up to him in order to get the things that you want. Guy's game is to attain the woman. Your game is to retain the guy after you fuck him, because you control access to sex. We control access to relationships.
Okay, but if somebody's not speaking to you, so okay, say for instance, me and you, we hook up, and then what? Am I supposed to be hitting you up, or
no? After I got what I got from you, I'm pretty much, I got what I got. I got the pussy. Now, if you come with qualities to make me be like, well, she got relationship qualities. Well, I'm a keep her around to entertain to see if these qualities do match me vetting her for a long-term relationship.
Right, like she likes to cook.
I guarantee you he's going to try to come back around. But that's the thing, is like, I don't want to be, and by the way, he's on tour right now, so that's like why, obviously, but he's in London. But the thing is like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. He's going to come back around, but I don't know if I should be available. Like, and that's the thing. Like you were saying, like women don't know how to earn a relationship. Like I do want a relationship, but I don't know where to go from here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So if you already gave him the goods, right, of course you're going to come back because you already done offered it. So why not come back to it, right? If I went to a candy store and they got a good piece of candy, I'm going to go back and try to get that candy to see if they still got it in the store. If not, if I'm great with women and my value high enough to where I'm getting pussy in London or other places, if that piece of candy is not in the store, then I can go to other stores to try to find it, if that makes sense. But if the women, if they find a guy in which they love, admire, and respect is the big thing, then it's your job to work for the relationships. You have to work for the very things you want, right? You control sex. I have to work for it. I control relationships. You have to work for it. We polar opposites of each other. So, but those are the intersexual dynamics in which it's missing right now because, feminism is a part of it, but in terms of dating, in terms of the amount of options that women have today, especially if she got like a Snapchat or Instagram or social media, like they thinking that they can be in the casino all night. Like your chips, you got to cash out when your chips are high because you have a biological time clock in order to achieve the things that you want, which is a husband and kids. But matter of fact, the husband that's going to take you seriously and die with kids. That's the ultimate success metrics for a woman. But you got to find the time to do that. So. Because as we know, once a woman hit 35, 80% of her eggs are gone. So it's a high risk pregnancy. And about time women get to that 30s or the 40s, be like, oh, I can't find a man, or how do I keep a man? Well, guess what? The man that you want now, that you always wanted, he's looking for a younger woman. So you kind of outprice yourself out the market, so to speak.
So how do you work? Like, what does a woman do to earn a relationship after?
Well, it's the woman's job to use deductive problem solving to understand that what that man needs are, right? You gotta understand that you can't have it both. You can't have the utmost security without giving up the utmost freedom. You can't have the utmost freedom without giving up the utmost security. Meaning, if you want a man in the top 10 to 12% of the 10 to 20% of earners, meaning making six figures or more, you got to understand those men are not going to be at home all the time, right? So you got to give up a little bit of that freedom for that security, right? Now, if you want to date an average man, right? Average man is anywhere between 5'8" to 5'9", 180 to 90 pounds, making 45 to 50K a year, right? He's going to work the 8 to 9 to 5, work an honest job, and be committed to you in most cases and stuff. Might cheat, but he's going to be committed to you and stuff. But if you ask most women, hey, do you want to date the average guy? They're going to say no because the amount of options that they have in their DMs and stuff. Oh, I'm on yachts here. I'm going to LA here. I'm in the club with all the celebrities. But they're thinking that just because you're around those circles, those are the type of men you can retain. It's like, no, you have to work to retain those type of men. And you're not competing against him. You're competing against the other 90% of bitches that want him. So you got to bring value to the table other than your pussy. And I'll say most women don't know where to go from that because they don't have to understand the opposite gender to attract the opposite gender.
But when you say bring value, what does that entail? Like, because I don't think I'm not a valuable person, but like, how do you present yourself as like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Like what that person's missing not missing in a relationship, but like, he doesn't get a home cooked meal. You cook him food if he's, about to head off to work or something like that. I was thinking about you. I know you probably didn't have a good meal, at work. So I figured, I fix you something like that. Or, maybe the person ain't driving or something like that. Or if they are driving, hey, you need me to run you to do these errands? I know you're moving around, spend your gas to, take him where you need to go, and you can have a conversation like that. Just little simple things that a lot of people overlook. Like, I ain't doing that. But it's like, man, she's adding some kind of convenience to my life that, most don't opt to do. The little small things. Men pay attention to that. Like, man, that food that she did fix for me, that was great. Or, she splurged for me to eat at lunch or something with that, sending a Uber Eats or whatever the case may be. She took time out her day to think about me. Just vice versa when dudes do that. But, women could do that too. And men look at that like, man, I wouldn't mind having her on my team. I wouldn't mind making her mine. She's really down to earth like that. Or if he does have kids, oh, I was thinking about your kid, they like these kind of games or something like that. Just something that, will brighten their spirits, will brighten your kids' spirits, but also brightens theirs because it's like, you know what, I may be a single dad, and she's kind of helping out. She don't have to, and, people look at that. Small things like that, those type of gestures. That's
funny thing is like, that's actually just naturally how I am, is like all those things that you're saying, but the thing about it is like, I liked this guy so much that he didn't contact me that I felt like, oh, maybe I shouldn't contact him because like, I don't want to seem like I'm being thirsty. Like, so instead of being like nurturing, like how I naturally am, I'm doing what I feel like, kind of like mirroring, I guess. I don't know.
Well, to Osiris' point, you're exactly right, Osiris. And to add to it, it's the women's job to use deductive problem solving skills to understand what that particular man wants. Like Osiris is bringing up examples. Like, for example, most men like to work out. So if you do something as simple as, hey, I got you a protein shake, or I got you some protein powder, or here's a meal prep, that goes a long way because, again, remember, relationship criteria, different from dating criteria, right? Yeah, I'll fuck you and fuck with you, but for me to take you serious, you have to stand out. But in general, I'll say what set most women apart just from doing these simple three things is being fit, being feminine, and being cooperative. Like a man experience is different from a woman's experience. We live two different experiences, right? Or the way we see the world and go about the world is two different things. So a man don't want to have to, especially a hard worker, hard earning working man, in which most women like. We already have to deal with the world. We already have to deal with other masculine men and deal with the world. The one thing we don't want to do is come home and deal with a masculine woman. So if a woman is already feminine off the rip and already cooperative, meaning it's easy to talk to and breed peace of mind, that criteria right there, most men will commit to, because today's world, it's a lot of masculine ass women out here, and I don't deal with them, man. It's a headache.
Yeah, I think that's true, because it's too much. Oh, let's bump heads, and like, okay, you're supposed to be my lady, or you're trying to be my lady. I don't want to bump heads with you like that. Now, maybe on certain issues that, if we are really on a team together, we gotta thug this shit out. But if I'm just trying to get to know you, and you trying to bump heads with me, and you think that's gonna make me like bow down or something like that, if you're in that type of mindset, nah, you kick rocks. I don't need nobody.
So okay, so I thought about it. I did do something. So like when I was out the other day, I seen this little chain, and I bought him like a little chain. Like, is that crazy, or is that doing too much?
I don't know. I don't think buying the chain is doing too much or even doing too little. It's just really buying the chain. It's thoughtful.
Nah, it was sentimental, like, yeah, but I don't know. But I don't know, like, I don't want to do too much. Sometimes I feel like I'm the type of female where I could do too much. And that's where I'm kind of trying to find balance. And so
now, give me an example of doing too much. What would you consider is doing too much for a man?
But the thing is we're still in the early stages. So anything could be considered doing too much. Like, you don't want to be like all overcompensative, and then where a nigga's like, damn, like, you feel me? Like, where a nigga want to run over you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just don't, like, I'm just so confused with like dating, because if I'm naturally me, I'm sweet, I'm kind, I'm like very like nurturing and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just like, I feel like I kind of deserve a certain amount of, I guess, acknowledgement and attention as well. So I feel like if we can be equal with that, then that's cool. But if it's just one-sided, then I'm not about to just be, just, I don't know, putting myself out there like that, even though I really want to. But
look at it like this. Say if you were just a gesture, like, let me, you got an outfit that needs to go to the cleaners or something like that. Hey, you just saying, you're like, I got a coupon for that. I could do that for you. I could, get that clean because I know, you look good in that. Versus a person say, yeah, why don't you go put my stuff in the cleaners? And that's being taken advantage of. To me, if you offer a kind gesture, doing something small like that, he'll look at that like, man, that's something I don't want to do, but she's offering to do it, and that's a kind gesture, It ain't like I'm trying to, twist her arm to, get some dry cleaning for me, but it's a small gesture that men look at, like, just like you said, with, if he works out, hey, have this, what goes along with working out.
Yeah.
That's something nice to do.
I think the thing with me is that I have been too open and too whatever, and I just been ran over. So then it'd be like, I just don't want to be put in those positions again, I guess. I don't know, but I really want what I want, and I really like this guy out of like all the guys. Like, I've been liking him for a long time, like silently, and then like, you feel me? It just happened. So I don't know, but I feel like it wasn't like how you said, like, oh, you gave the sex, like it's your job to withhold the sex. It was like I was really horny and I really didn't have sex for a long time, and this was somebody that I really liked, so I really just had sex, like. and I wasn't trying to be like strategic with it.
Well, let me just ask you a couple of questions just to peel the layers back. Do you want a man that's taller than you?
He's a little bit taller than me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want a man that's taller than you, stronger than you, and makes more money? Preferably.
He doesn't necessarily need to be stronger, but yeah, he needs to make more. Like, well, I would like a man to make more money.
Now, when I say stronger, I mean he got to be strength wise. You got to be able to, this is all coming back to.
Well, I gotta feel safe around him. Let's just say that. Like, I don't know if.
What I'm describing is the prototypical masculine male. Do you want the prototypical masculine male?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I want him to have money, and I want him to. What are the three things you said again?
Do you want a man that's taller than you, stronger than you, makes more money than you, more confidence and confident?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So name some things that you bring to the table besides sex.
Okay, so I'm independent. I financially take care of all of my bills. I'm creative. I'm very nurturing. I have a lot of I guess like skills when it comes to like healing. So like I can heal through food. Like I know certain foods that are like healthy for you that like, you know, add to your, I guess, overall well-being. Let's see. I'm smart. Like you can learn from me. Like, and I'm open to teach and like learn things from other people as well. I love.
Did you say you had a business at a point too?
I still have that business.
Shop? Yeah.
I don't have the shop, but I'm vending. Like I go to farmers markets and stuff. So yeah, like I make fresh pressed healthy juices. I make alchemy elixirs, which are like liquid sages. I sometimes make clothes because I get really bored and I just make stuff so I can make extra money. I'm a really good mother and I'm really good with children in general and old people. I'm very respectable. Like I believe in family. I believe in like even letting the man take the lead, like all of that type shit. But I'm not about to no bozo
a musical artist as well.
Yeah, but that's not a quality that's like nobody could care if I'm an actress or if I make music. I don't know if that's like really a quality. But I guess if that's the case, I have a way with words. You know, I'm very I'm expressive. I'm not a liar. Like I'm very honest. I believe in being truthful. And the most important thing out of everything is I believe in God. And I'm very I believe in God. I believe in the stories of the Bibles. Like I have a great relationship with God. I talk to God throughout the day. Like one thing about me is like, if I get down and out, like just last year, like just literally December, I was behind on my bills, like $17,000. And I found a way. And I didn't do anything like to put myself in a compromising position, but I ended up getting that money and paying it all up. So I'm one of those kind of people, like if we lose it all, I'm gonna help you get it back. Like I'm not lazy. I'm creative. I could come up with all kind of concepts and ideas to do shit. I don't know, like, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah, but again, I get it, and thanks for explaining. But we're talking about dating, and you said this dating is new. Now, everything you just described don't mean shit to that man in the dating stage. Now, the scary part is he won't tell you because men curve women covertly. Women curve women. Women curve men overtly. Meaning, if you're hot enough, or he already got sex, he's going to keep you around just for that box. But when he ghosts you, it's going to be something that you did that disqualified you for said relationships. Now, the first thing you mentioned when you said I'm independent, a man who's already independent don't want an independent man, right? We don't want to date ourselves. We want the polar opposites because we need our polar opposites for the relationship to work optimally. Just because you can do something doesn't mean it's optimal to do something, right? Yes, you can pay your own bills. Yes, you can fix the screws. Yes, you can do that. But is it optimal for the relationship dynamic to work, right? So in the earlier stages of dating, right, especially if you already gave the man sex, well, he already got sex from you. Now what he's looking at is like, do this woman qualify for me to commit to her? In most cases, men just ghost because most women can't handle honesty from a man, or if he's valued not high enough, he would deal with just the box and not tell you, right? And that's the scariest piece. So that's what I'm saying. You got to understand what you got to make yourself special that stand out for the other woman, because you just said you want a man taller than you, stronger than you, and makes more money. Well, guess what? 90% of women want the same thing, right? So you have to find out what you stand apart from those women. Everything you just described, a 21-year-old woman can do that now, right? So you got to find something that makes you special and unique that's going to grab that man's attention for that type of caliber man that you're working with, right? Now, obviously, if you go in the market dating a man 7-8 figures, then you really got to be special because you got to stand out to a point to where he damn near got to stop his mating strategy of fucking multiple women just for one woman because he have the options to do so. So that's what I would say. You just never.
So what would be examples of equality, like if you were a woman and I asked you the same questions, what would be examples of what would you say that would matter in a dating stage?
In the dating stage, definitely peace of mind, feminine, fit, and cooperative for sure. Because from there, that is the basis of respect. And once a man has your respect, everything else can be built upon that. Because men care about respect, loyalty. That's why we require it so much because
cooperative over combative.
Exactly, Cyrus, for sure. Yep. So, and this is.
Well, you guys are fucking giving me gems right now. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But also, where's the factor of love in that? Is there any factor of love?
Well, love is not the same. Love is not the same for both men and women. Love is conditional for men, and unconditional for babies and dogs.
Damn.
Men is only loved on the condition he provide, protect, and parental guidance. Once the man is off that mission, the woman's going to look for the next best man.
So what do you do for work? Are you a motivational speaker?
I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm actually writing a book on the intersexual dynamics of the modern world, and I'm also a high school coach, a broker.
So that's why you're fresh with this shit, because you're in your book, you're knowing all these subjects.
Well, yeah, and I have screened so far 230 women on questions that's pertaining to accountability, mating strategies, and accountability, mating strategies, and biological hardwiring. So, and these are the things that's and the main purpose is not about men versus women or giving the hard data. Is that the fact that every superpower, every economy is built on the nuclear family. As you know, the nuclear families are disappearing here in America, meaning why the middle class is disappearing. Now, once the economy loses grasp of a nuclear family, you can't sustain society, and eventually the society will collapse. And it all starts with how men and women communicate. But we live in the fucked up twilight zone now where we're trying to change the dynamics of what's a man and what's a woman are and try to interrupt how men speak to women with this bullshit ass toxic masculinity dumb shit and women and everybody getting their own pronouns and all this fuckery, right? Men, women are equal to men and all the yada, 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 which is not true, right? The reason why the patriarchy exists or tradition exists because it stood the test of time for millennia and it works, right? Because it's been tried and tested. And besides, the reason why matriarchies don't work or this whole, females are in leadership positions because one, it's not biologically hardwired for women to be in leadership roles. They look for men to lead, right? So that's, from a biological standpoint, it's just not true. Just because social constructs doesn't adhere to reality. It might sound good on paper, but as soon as shit hit the fan, we're going to roll back to our traditional roles. If we have a war right now, you see what's going on with Ukraine? You have a war right now, feminism go out the window. You know what I'm saying? Men are back in their country dying just to protect the woman while they can flee and go off another country and get on OnlyFans and motherfucking get back on Tinder and Hinge. So, yeah. So that's the whole premise of the book. But this is where we're going. And the data, you can just look on the U.S. data, U.S. Census Bureau, the CDC, the U.S. National Health and Statistics, just to get the hard numbers, right? So when women kind of have these standards for men, most women look for men 6 foot, 6'3". Like, for example, I was I had an interview with a woman yesterday. I was like, what type of men, what's the minimum height for a man? She's like 6'3". I don't date men below 6'3". I like, what percentage of the population is 6'3"? She's like, I don't know. I was like, it's 3% of the population is 6'3". And that's men. It's 3% of the population of men that's 6'3", right? And
yeah, and all of them are not playing ball.
Yeah, exactly. So
I just seen a guy, Donnell Rawlings was on this podcast, and he was on there with this white guy, and this white guy's like, bro, it's so weird. I always feel like I see all the tall guys at the airport, working at the airport, like they didn't make it to play ball, so they're at the airport. But it's just a random thing I was just thinking about. But yeah,
but here's the scary part. So since a woman got a hard boundary on height wise, right? Which height ain't gonna never lead to happiness. It's just a preference. So only 3% of men in the country is 6'3" or more, or 6'3" or taller. That means 97% of men is practically invisible. Now take that 3% and then factor in all the preferences that women want. Whether he's a certain demographic, he got to make an X amount of money. Do he got good? Is he a leader? Is he got good morals? He's charming, and on top of that, is he taken or not? So when you factor in all those factors, this particular woman, just because of a height requirement, is she's looking for less than 0%, less than 0%, less than 1% of the population. I like that. Your chances of finding that guy are astronomical. Now, if you do come across this man, you have to extremely make yourself stand out versus the rest of the women. Because guess what? You want this man, and 99% of other women want this man. So that's the disconnect.
Okay. And by the way, just a side note, like if you didn't plan on it, you should definitely do an audiobook because I would definitely listen to it.
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. But yeah.
If I don't trigger people, that is, because,
No, but that's okay. Triggering means that you're doing your job,
I'm okay
right?
with it. I'm fine with it. I'm not. It's like you can, feel facts over feels over here, man. Like there's the facts, right? And if I'm talking to the Black community particularly, I've heard all the type of shaming language there is, right? So, when I talk about men dating other Black women, it's just like, hey, this is what you at risk for the normal Black woman. 82% of Black women have children out of wedlock. So, and then 55% of Black women are overweight. 82% of them is obese. Right. So if you're just looking at if you're just talking to the average Black woman, this is what you have to put up with. You have to have it's a chance that she might be overweight and then she has children. So if you're a man worth value, why would you risk that?
Yeah.
Right. And then you get the shaming language, you can't handle a strong Black woman. Why should I have to handle you in the first place? Well, I want to handle you.
I want to be with you.
I don't want to have to handle you. That's the problem anyway. Like, too masculine. I don't want to handle you. I don't want to handle no woman. I'm not your daddy. I don't want to handle no woman.
So, okay, so here's a question. Because I'm really trying to figure my life out, which is okay. It's nothing wrong with that. But, so, should I shouldn't initiate conversation, or what should I do now? Because I feel like it's been so much time.
A woman never had to initiate conversation in the first place. The men always going to be the hunters. If he's interested in you, he's always going to reach out. It's one of the I guess double standards when it comes to between the both sexes. Women that have the pleasure, I don't have to get to know the guy, I don't have to talk to the guy, and I'm still going to get attention. But if you admire and you respect,
I feel like I'm failing in life. I feel like I'm failing in this relationship department. And I don't want to be and I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. Like my mom and my auntie and, even my grandmother, these ladies are always like, you got to be a strong Black woman and all this stuff and all this and all that. But all of them are single right now. Yeah. I don't want to die alone. That's not my goal. And I grew up with my mom and I watched my mom. I think, when she was dating this one guy when I was in elementary school, he would beat on my mom and stuff. And then the next relationship she got in, she was just so thirsty to have it. She just tolerated all kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And it's, a lot of us, if you are in the Black community, the chances of you being raised by a single mom is quite high. It's more than 88% of the time. But that doesn't mean it was right. Our parents, your mom failed you in a sense. If same thing with my mom. I was raised by a single mom, right? So when you don't have that father figure in there, there's no discipline, there's no structure, there's no boundaries, right? So you grow up with this inclination that men ain't shit, or men are this, men are that. But the truth of the matter is, single parents household produce some of the worst outcomes that we have now in society. Degenerates, alcoholics, homicidals. The prison system is filled with single moms.
Kids who are raised by single parents, yeah. Damn, like it's a cold, harsh reality because I'm gonna keep it real. Like my daughter, she's like 13 years old, and she like recently, she's been having like a little attitude problem, and like usually she listens, and like honestly, like I'm grateful for my daughter though, because I would probably be even more masculine if it wasn't for my daughter, because like my daughter kind of changed me. Like I don't whoop her, like I listen to her. I'm very, very sensitive and care about her feelings and her emotions, but it's to the point where I'm noticing like, like if I tell you something, because you know how it is in the household, like you're always going to try your mom. You're not going to necessarily try your dad, but you're going to try your mom, bro. So like right now it's just me and my daughter, and she's trying me, and I'm seeing like the value of like having a father in the house or a man in the house to be like, yo, don't talk to your mom like that. Like just do what she said, like stuff like that, because that's just men just, I mean, a man is a man, and a woman's just going to respect the man more, period. Or a child or anybody is just going to respect the man more.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that like at this moment, I'm noticing these things of like where I'm being like, damn, this would be beneficial for me, because honestly, I don't want to be yelling at my daughter. I don't even feel like I should be yelling at my daughter. I should be talking to her and being sensitive with her and whatever. But, when I feel like I have to play both roles and I feel like you're not listening to me, then I just snap or whatever and say whatever. And that's just not the function that I even want to be in, So it's just a little bit unfortunate. And I have like noticed that like literally in the past week, this is like coming up, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's a full vicious cycle, because the fathers is the disciplinarian, especially the authoritative figure and the disciplinarian. The father's job is to keep his daughter off the stripper poles and his son's out of jail. So when that structure and that discipline is removed, we get the fuckery that we have now, that is filled with prison systems and all this stuff when it comes to raising children. However, though, like men raising their kids produce the same outcome as a two parents household, and it's because of that discipline and structure. Like, so if you, by removing the father out of the house, you get shit filled with prisons and emotional men or simps and things in that nature. So
that's crazy. You need to come into our spaces more if you care to, but wow. You really you're a very knowledgeable person, and I really respect and appreciate like all the stuff you just said right now, like for reals. Because a lot of people don't like on it. You're a person who's obviously doing research, the numbers and stuff. A lot of people just say stuff just to say stuff, and there has no truth behind it or whatever.
Yeah, is there certain things that is there just certain biological facts and certain empirical fact that you can't change? A biological fact is just biology. We can't change. But you ask some of the fuckery out there, they try to say that men are women and women are men, and you asexual, gray sexual, what the fuck that is. But like we can't escape biology, no matter how you try to social constructs we try to conform. Like biology is biology, right? Women look for leaders. Men look for youth, beauty, and fertility, because we always think about legacy and spreading our gene pool to provide for a family, right? But we live in a society now where women essentially are becoming the very men that they want to date. So is
no, that's crazy, because that's true though. And I feel like I've had to, like, before you even got on here, I was telling Osiris, like, sometimes I feel like I'm so in my masculine energy, and I don't even mean like masculine of like presenting myself as a man, just like I'm working all the time, like I'm always working. I don't have any time to not work. And even I was telling him, like, when I go out and when I'm meeting these guys, like, I'm also an artist. So say, for instance, I have a show, like after my show, I'm hanging out. That's the only time when I'm really having time. And I'm meeting these people at my shows, and it's technically kind of like meeting motherfuckers at the club. So it's really not, I'm really not giving myself like a pure, like a honest, like chance, to meet somebody that I'm looking for, because I feel like I was saying earlier, like I'm always barking up the wrong type trees.
Yeah, and I would say, and you could be right, but I would always say you got to put your best foot forward, because sometimes women meet men under the wrong pretense. It's kind of like a job interview. If you know you want to, if you know you want this prestigious law firm, and you know a lot of candidates are there, but you show up to the interview in, you know, some PJs or short skirt or something like that. Well, you're meeting that potential employer, or in this case a man, under the wrong pretense, rather than that other person or woman is coming meeting that man who is feminine, who is cooperative, who's not getting a headache, and does the role. So you know, in a lot of cases, a lot of women meet the man under the wrong pretense, because if you just do the basic things in which men look for, which is a feminine woman, preferably fit, friendly, and cooperative. I mean, that'll put you steps above most women out here anyway. Because, like I said, most women have this strong, independent boss babe stuff. Well, men don't look for that shit, especially men that makes money. Like that, it's a headache. So we're kind of like talking. It's kind of like we're passing each other by in terms of what we look for, and we look for different things. A woman look for a man who can lead, provide security, parental guidance, and a list of other preferences. Men look for youth, beauty, fertility, fit, feminine, cooperative. Just simple shit, right? And most women fuck up the simple shit.
Yeah, trying to overcompensate, but I feel like that's what we're all doing, even men and females, like kind of trying to overcompensate for the other shit instead of just getting down to the basics.
Yeah, and the swipe culture doesn't help. The swipe culture is insane right now.
But I love this conversation, but my phone is about to die. I'm at 3%, so I gotta go, guys. And thank you so much for this today. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later.
Have a good night.